Hi parents, welcome back to Blooming Parent. Can we just be honest for a second? Doing the food shop in the UK right now feels like a horror film. You go in for milk, bread and some fruit, and somehow the receipt is £70. And you're standing there like, did I just buy gold-plated bananas? So today I want to share something really practical. How to feed a family of 4 on just £50 a week. Yes, it's possible, and no, it doesn't mean living off beans on toast or skipping meals. I've tried this myself. I've done the swaps, I've made the mistakes, and now I'm giving you the blueprint. We're going to cover meal planning, grocery swaps, a £50 basket breakdown, and food storage hacks, so you're not throwing money or food in the bin. And I'll also share a few bonus tricks at the end that make the budget stretch even further. Stick around because once you start shopping this way, you'll never look at your trolley the same again. Let's start with the foundation, meal planning. Honestly, if you go into Tesco's or Aldi without a plan, the supermarket has already won. You'll be tempted by the deals, the snacks, and those cheeky bakery smells. Meal planning is your shield against overspending. Here's how I do it. I sit down with the weekly planner pad. I use one from Tesco's, but you can get reusable ones from Amazon too. I write out 7 breakfasts, 7 lunches, and 7 dinners. Then I write the shopping list only from that plan. A typical £50 week for my family looks like this. Breakfasts, porridge with frozen berries, eggs on toast, cereal on busy mornings. Lunches, sandwiches, wraps, and leftovers from dinners. Dinners. Monday, chicken stir-fry with frozen veg. Tuesday, spaghetti bolognese, half beef, half lentils. Wednesday, bowl of soup with semolina or crusty bread. Thursday, homemade curry with rice. Friday, fake-away pizza night. The kids love this one. Saturday, jollof rice with plantains and chicken. Sunday, roast chicken, then leftovers for sandwiches. Notice the pattern? Simple, repeatable, and using ingredients that stretch. And I'll be honest, when I first started doing this, I thought my kids would moan. But actually, they love the routine. They know what's coming, and it cuts out the what's for dinner arguments. Meal planning saves money and sanity. Now, here's where the magic happens. The swaps. Because you don't need to buy the most expensive versions of everything. Branded versus own label. Branded cereal? Swap for Aldi's. My kids didn't even notice when I poured it into the same Tupperware. Heinz beans? Aldi's £22 tin is nearly identical. Try it, you'll thank me later. Yogurts? Tesco's own brand multipack is half the price of the branded ones. Meat swaps. Instead of chicken breast, buy a whole chicken. Roast it on Sunday, then use leftovers for wraps, sandwiches, and stir-fries during the week. Mix beef mince with lentils or grated veg for bolognese. It bulks it up, it's healthier, and no one notices. Fresh versus frozen. Frozen veg is a lifesaver. It's cheaper, it lasts longer, and it cuts down food waste. I always keep frozen spinach, peppers, and berries on hand. And honestly, I love the convenience. No chopping, no peeling, just grab a handful and go. Snacks. Instead of buying multi-packs of crisps, buy one big bag and portion them into containers. Branded biscuits, the supermarket's own, taste just as good, and the kids won't care. And speaking of containers, Amazon food storage sets are brilliant. I use them to portion snacks, freeze leftovers, and keep lunches fresh. They've probably saved me more money than I realize just by reducing waste. So, let's break it down. What does £50 actually buy? Here's a sample weekly shop from Aldi or Tesco's. 1 whole chicken, about £6.50, 500 grams of beef mince, about £4, 2 bags of frozen veg, about £4, 2 kilos of rice, £3.50, 1 kilo of pasta, about £1.50, bread times 2, about £3, 15 eggs, about £3, porridge oats, about £2.50, 4 pints of milk, about £2, a block of cheese, about £3.50, 6 tins of beans, about £2.50, wraps, about £1.5. Fresh fruit, apples, bananas, grapes, about £8. Tin tomatoes and sauces, about £5. Total, around £50. Of course, prices fluctuate, but this gives you an idea of how much you can fit in a £50 budget when you stick to a plan. Now let's talk about stretching what you buy, because wasting food is literally throwing money away. Here's what I do. Store leftovers in airtight containers. Next day lunch is sorted. Freeze half a loaf of bread so it doesn't go moldy. Chop bananas, freeze them, and throw them into smoothies. Kids love it. And always label your freezer food. I once found a soup in the freezer. No label, no clue what it was. Label everything with the date. Here are a few little extras that make a huge difference. Cashback apps like ShopMium and Top Cashback. I saved £18 in 1 month just scanning receipts. Yellow sticker bargains. Head to Tesco in the evening and you'll find meat, bread and veg for pennies. Batch cooking. 1 big curry or chili can cover 2 dinners and 2 lunches. Cash-only budget. Put £50 in cash, leave your card at home. You can't overspend if you don't have it. And honestly, involve your kids. I let my daughter help pick dinners for the meal plan. When she chooses it, she eats it without fuss. And that saves me from cooking 2 separate meals. So that's how you feed a family of 4 on just £50 a week here in the UK. Plan your meals, make smart swaps, and stretch your food with storage and leftovers. I'd love to know, what's your #1 money-saving hack when it comes to food shopping? Drop it in the comments below because I know other parents will find it helpful too. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe to Blooming Parent, and tap the bell so you don't miss next week's hacks. And check the description for links to the planners and containers I use. They've honestly made the biggest difference for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.